AI can talk now. Not just make small talk, but actual real-time conversations. Help you with anything from practicing your sales pitch to translating languages conversationally. I'm talking about advanced voice mode from ChatGPT. It's finally here. Imagine having a personal assistant, a language tutor, and a debate partner all in one. That's advanced voice mode. Yet, there are certain constraints that we need to talk about. In this video, I'll show you 5 ways to unlock the best of ChatGPT's advanced voice mode. And if you stick around, I'll give you workarounds for some of those constraints that I mentioned. Imagine this. You're in the middle of a conversation with ChatGPT, maybe practicing your sales pitch or chatting about historical events. Boom, you hit a limit. This is one of those constraints I was talking about. To keep things fair for all users, OpenAI, which is the company behind ChatGPT, put a limit on how much we can use this special voice mode each day. This helps the company manage its server load. And while OpenAI hasn't given exact guidelines on what those daily limits are, some users have said their advanced voice capabilities tapped out at about 45 minutes. But that time frame may vary. What we do know is that you'll get a message when you have about 15 minutes left of voice usage for that day. So then what happens? If you hit that limit, ChatGPT will automatically revert to its standard voice mode, and you can continue the conversation in standard mode. But don't worry, I've got a simple way that you can work around it so you can keep those conversations going and get the most out of advanced voice mode. One tip to maximizing your experience? You can control the speed of how it speaks back to you. By speeding up the pace, you can avoid hitting those limitations. Sneaky, right? Since these constraints are measured by the amount of time that you spend using advanced voice mode, you can simply ask ChatGPT to speak its responses 20% faster. Also, be concise. Keep your voice inputs clear and to the point. No need for lengthy prompting when using advanced voice mode. By the way, if we haven't met yet, I'm Tam, here to help you succeed with AI without making your brain hurt. I mentioned that if you hit those limitations, ChatGPT automatically reverts back to its standard voice AI. So what's going on here? The old voice mode on ChatGPT would take your speech, convert it to text, and then run that text through the model. Useful, but kind of clunky. Now, with advanced voice mode, ChatGPT natively understands what you're saying without needing to translate your words into text first. That means it can handle more complex conversations and even decipher different voices in the same chat. And the best part? No more waiting around for a response. Whether you're asking about history or practicing your French accent, oh yes, ChatGPT can also speak with different accents if you wanted to. I tested it with my best Australian accent, but I might so bad. Okay, here's a quick visual representation of the differences between the AI's standard voice capabilities and its Rolls-Royce voice model. Rolls-Royce voice. Ooh. Advanced gives us faster responses, is better at conveying emotions, can convincingly speak in a variety of accents, and offers real-time language translation. Advanced can also handle more complex conversations. Standard, on the other hand, takes more time to answer, but is still a great option for quick questions when you're driving or multitasking, and you aren't able to type your questions into ChatGPT. Speaking of the old AI voice mode, this brings me to our second value tip. Set the AI to listen-only mode. When using voice mode for ideation or brainstorming, it got annoying when the old voice mode would interrupt while you were in the middle of a thought or a question. Now you can ask ChatGPT not to interrupt you until you say continue. Then you can ask it to summarize or transcribe what you just said. You could say, I've got a lot of stuff on my mind. Just listen to me ramble and say, until I ask for your opinion. Let's give it a try. Open ChatGPT and then select the audio icon on the bottom right of the context window. And wait for it to turn blue and you're ready to go.
What can I help you today?
Hi, I am wanting to brainstorm some ideas. Can you not talk or interrupt me and just say until I ask for your opinion? great. So I have this event coming up for parents of K through 12 students and how they could use generative AI in their lives. I'm trying to think through ideas. And I'm thinking, should we talk about AI detectors? Should we not? Should we talk about the broader implications of generative AI in academics and education? Okay, what is your opinion?
Those are all great points to consider. My
Cool,
take
right?
is it's essential.
So cool. On to the next tip. Did you know ChatGPT's advanced voice mode can access custom instructions and memory features? Yep. You couldn't do that with the old voice mode. So what does this mean? Custom instructions let you tell ChatGPT exactly how you want it to behave. And memory, that's when ChatGPT remembers things you've told it, so you don't have to repeat yourself all the time. With standard voice mode, ChatGPT just answered your questions in the moment and didn't remember what you had talked about before. But in advanced voice mode, it can actually remember more important details. Before I show you how to do it, here's why this is helpful. Let's say you're learning a new language. You're having trouble staying motivated to practice. If you put this information in the custom instructions, the AI will remember that, and it can act as an accountability partner anytime you fire up voice mode. Here's how to do it. I'm going to assume that most people are doing this from their mobile device, since that's where you would use the voice mode. Go to your ChatGPT. Once you're on the home screen, click the dashed lines on the top left corner. Go down to where your picture is and tap those three dots. Then you will go to personalization. Select customize ChatGPT. For this, you're going to go down to how would you like ChatGPT to respond? As you can see, I have a lot of instructions in mind, and I will share these with you guys in the description of this video in case you want to use them for your own customization. If you're using it as an accountability partner in these custom instructions, you would say something like, every time I start a conversation with you, answer in the following way. Hola, would you like to practice Spanish with me today? Click save, and you're done. Now, every time you start that conversation, that's what the voice mode is going to say to you. Just like earlier in this video when you heard it say hola to me. Okay. Another useful thing is the ability to easily switch between voices mid-conversation. So let's say I just finished using advanced voice mode to gain a better understanding of quantum computing. But now my daughter wants to use the AI voice for an interactive story. She's not a fan of the deep baritone voice that I prefer to use when I'm using ChatGPT voice mode to teach me things. Once you're in voice mode, all you have to do is tap the toggle button on the top left of the screen and swipe through the voices until you find the one that fits the occasion. Oh, and for those of you with kiddos, interactive story creation is such a fun way to introduce young kids to this technology in a supervised way. Your child starts speaking a story aloud, and the AI continues it, allowing them to alternate turns and build a unique narrative together. This is something that you could do while on a road trip, driving, things like that. Keep in mind, there should always be an adult present. This brings us to our last tip. By turning on background conversations and settings, ChatGPT will continue to listen even when your phone screen is locked. This feature is also available in the standard voice mode, but thanks to the advanced capabilities, we now have a reason to use this feature without feeling like we're being spied on. Here's how I use it. To turn it on, navigate to ChatGPT's settings, scroll down to voice mode, and toggle on background conversations. Now I can set it next to me and say, I'm going to read this book for school. Can you sit quietly until I have a question? Think of it as your personal reading buddy, just hanging out, waiting to help. Then when you come across something that you don't understand, you can just ask, hey, I'm going to read this complicated book for school. Can you just sit quietly and listen until I have a question for you?
Absolutely. I'm here whenever you need me. Just let me know if you have any questions or want to discuss anything. Whenever you're ready, just give me a shout.
Hey, why does Achilles refuse to fight even when the Greek army is suffering without him?
Achilles refuses to fight because he feels deeply wronged by Agamemnon, the leader of the Greek forces. Agamemnon took Achilles' prize, Briseis, a captive woman, which was a significant insult to his honor. This personal flight leads Achilles to withdraw from battle, despite the suffering of his comrades.
Pretty cool, right? Of course, there are still plenty of limitations with the AI voice mode. For example, it's not multimodal yet, so you can't upload images or personal data. But if you want to learn more about how to get around those limitations, subscribe to my channel. I have a new video coming out that you don't want to miss. So, to recap, use ChatGPT's advanced voice mode to have real conversations, get instant translations, and practice really whatever you want, from sales pitches to accents, anything. You can tweak the speed settings to avoid those annoying usage limitations. You can set custom instructions that are specific to voice mode, quickly change between different voices depending on mood or intent, and even make sure you're getting the respect you deserve by asking ChatGPT not to interrupt you. If you're not sure if you have advanced voice mode yet, or if you need help unlocking it, I left a link in the description for how you can do that. All right, now it's your turn. Go unlock all the cool features in ChatGPT's new advanced voice mode and tell me what you discover. Drop your thoughts in the comments because I love interacting with you guys and your engagement helps keep this channel going. Oh, and if you want to keep learning new AI tricks like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.